Imagine walking through a serene forest, the gentle rustle of leaves above you, the whisper of the wind weaving through branches, and the grounding scent of the earth beneath your feet. Each tree stands as a silent sentinel of time, embodying resilience, patience, and a quiet wisdom that speaks volumes without a single word. Trees, in their stillness, are profound teachers of life's deepest truths, mirroring the journey we each undertake toward growth, self-realization, and inner peace. Every towering oak or swaying pine began as a tiny seed, buried in darkness, nestled in the earth. This unassuming start is a lesson in itself. In the darkness, unseen and unnoticed, the seed transforms. It doesn't rush, nor does it resist the process. Instead, it trusts the rhythm of life, surrendering to the unseen forces that guide its growth. And so, too, can we learn to embrace the unseen, trusting the quiet, often uncomfortable periods of life, knowing that transformation often begins in the depths of uncertainty. Trees grow slowly, incrementally, layer upon layer. They don't force their growth but simply respond to the sun, rain, and soil, adapting to the conditions they encounter. This patience, this willingness to take life moment by moment, is a reflection of the non-dual awareness that life unfolds exactly as it should. There's no rush, no destination beyond the present moment. Growth isn't a race. It's a gentle, persistent unfolding, much like the rings of a tree that mark its years. Each ring, a testament to both seasons of abundance and times of scarcity, tells the story of its resilience. Similarly, our lives are shaped by challenges and joys alike, each experience leaving its imprint, contributing to the wholeness of who we are. Consider the roots of a tree, hidden from view yet essential for its stability and nourishment. These roots reach deep into the earth, drawing sustenance and grounding the tree against the forces of nature. How often do we neglect our own roots, those quiet moments of reflection, connection, and grounding, in favor of outward achievements? Like the tree, our strength lies in what is unseen, in the depth of our inner life. It is in cultivating these roots through meditation, mindfulness, or simply moments of stillness that we find the resilience to weather life's storms. And then there are the branches, reaching skyward, ever aspiring toward the light. Trees teach us about balance, to be firmly rooted in the earth while still reaching for the heavens. This balance mirrors our journey toward self-awareness, a dance between grounding ourselves in the present and expanding toward higher states of consciousness. Trees remind us that growth is not linear but multidirectional, encompassing both the inward journey of the roots and the outward expression of the branches. Both are essential. Both are interconnected. The leaves of a tree, ever changing with the seasons, offer another powerful metaphor. In spring, they bud with new life. In summer, they flourish. In autumn, they let go, and in winter, they rest. Each phase is embraced fully, without resistance or clinging. How often do we struggle against the natural cycles of life, holding on to what no longer serves us, or resisting the stillness that winter brings. The trees show us the beauty of surrender, of trusting that letting go is not an end, but a necessary step toward renewal. Even in the harshest of conditions, trees find a way to survive. A tree growing on a rocky cliff or in arid soil doesn't complain about its circumstances. Instead, it adapts, finding strength in what might seem inhospitable. This resilience teaches us that even in the face of adversity, we too can adapt and thrive. Life doesn't always provide ideal conditions, but like the tree, we can find ways to grow, drawing strength from within and trusting that we are capable of enduring. And when trees stand together, they form forests, ecosystems of support and interconnection. Beneath the surface, their roots intertwine, sharing nutrients, water, and information through an underground network. This silent cooperation reminds us of the importance of community, of leaning on one another, and of the interconnectedness that binds us all. Just as no tree stands entirely alone, we too are part of a greater whole, supported by the unseen connections that link us to others. As we walk among the trees, we might notice their imperfections, a broken branch here, a scarred trunk there. Yet these imperfections do not diminish their beauty. Instead, they tell a story of resilience and survival, of storms weathered and challenges overcome. In the same way, our own imperfections are part of our story, not something to hide or be ashamed of, but to embrace as evidence of our journey. The trees teach us to stand tall, scars and all, knowing that our worth is not diminished by the trials we've faced. The stillness of the forest invites us to pause, to breathe, and to reconnect with the present moment. In this stillness, we can hear the wisdom of the trees, a wisdom that speaks not in words, but in presence. It reminds us that life is not about constant striving, but about being. To simply be, as the tree is, rooted and reaching, still and growing, is to align with the essence of who we are. It is in this state of being that we discover the peace that lies beyond the chaos of the mind, the non-dual awareness that there is no separation between us and the world around us. Nature's wisdom is profound, yet it's also simple. It doesn't demand grand gestures or complicated philosophies. Instead, it invites us to observe, to listen, and to learn. The trees, in their quiet majesty, show us the way, a way of patience, of growth, of connection, and of surrender. They remind us that we are not separate from nature, but a part of it, that the same life force flowing through them flows through us. And in this realization, we find a profound sense of unity, of belonging, and of peace. As we reflect on the teachings of the trees, let us carry their wisdom into our lives. Let us be patient with ourselves and others, trusting the process of growth. Let us stay grounded, nurturing our inner life while reaching for the light of higher awareness. Let us embrace change and let go when needed, knowing that each season has its purpose. And let us remember our interconnectedness, supporting one another as we journey through life. In the end, the trees teach us not just about growth, but about being, a state of presence and alignment with the rhythms of life. May their silent wisdom guide us, inspire us, and remind us of the beauty and resilience within ourselves. And may we, like the trees, stand tall, rooted in the earth, reaching for the heavens, and embracing the wholeness of who we are.